Top 10 Worst 60s Doctor Who Stories. The 60s were the beginning of Doctor Who and remains one of its greatest decades. But like any decade, the curse of the turkey still hovered over the 60s, and there are ample ones to choose to pick the worst. Top 10 Worst 60s Doctor Who Stories. 10. The Enemy of the World. A deeply boring runaround in the middle of an otherwise cool season, The Enemy of the World attempts to do a historical-style story in the future, but sadly the future world setting is utterly unconvincing on every level. The characters are dull and the plot boring. Not even Troughton's hilariously bad Mexican accent can save this from tediousness. When found in 2013, hipsters attempted to declare it a forgotten classic and superior to The Magnificent Web of Fear, which was discovered alongside it. It's neither. 9. The Ark. The Ark shouldn't be on the list. It has some nifty SF ideas, and a wickedly imaginative and original twist midway through. Sadly it's also got an utterly uninteresting guest cast, laughable monsters, Dodo at her most kill her please, and is as boring as fuck, so it is. 8. The Seeds of Death. A lot of people seem to like Seeds. I have to confess, I don't. Not even the team of Pat, Jamie and sexy little Zoe can save this from being 6 episodes of utter tedium to me. 7. The 10th Planet. This is another one that really shouldn't be on the list. It's the first ever regeneration, the first ever Cybermen story, and probably the first example of Who tackling that perennial favorite subgenre, the good old base under siege plot. Again, it's the execution that lets it down. Bill gets next to fuck all to do in his last story. The original Cybermen are comical to look at and listen to. The guest cast are pure stock cardboard, and it's all very dull. Better luck next time. 6. The Tomb of the Cybermen. Oh, I'll get some hate for this. Sadly, being a scythe, hate only makes me stronger. Many think Tomb lives up to its reputation as a great 60s scare story. I find it has all the same problems as the 10th Planet, with the exception of slightly less shit Cybermen. But good it is not. 5. The Celestial Toymaker. Odd one to choose given it's missing, and the existing episode isn't that bad, but watching an animated recon of this more than convinced me it deserves to be here. Agonizingly dull rendition of a reasonable enough idea, made with all the menace and surrealism of a junior school play. Episode 3 may be the worst ever, at least in classic Who, and I defy anyone to not want to throttle Dodo during this one. 4. Planet of Giants. This Season 2 opener has some cool giant sets that are astonishing for the time and budget and deserve much praise. Sadly it's all in service of a story so boring that even producer Verity Lambert thought it would lose them half their audience, and so literally cut out an entire episode of it to get it over with. Tellingly, the loss of an entire episode appears to have no effect on the plot. 3. The Censor Rights. The Censor Rights has a cool and moody first episode, with a memorable and eerie cliffhanger. Sadly it's a 6-parter, and the other 5 are fucking shit. Insomnia cure material and no mistake. 2. The Keys of Marinus. Philadelphia Hawaiian will hate me, but so be it. Some people claim that the last couple of episodes of this 6-part story are really good. I wouldn't know, as I've never been able to make it past the first half of part 3. This story could bore for England. 1. The Dominators. Don't hate me Philadelphia, lols. The Dominators is my choice for the worst story of Season 6, the worst Troughton and the worst story of 60s Doctor Who. 5 episodes of watching 2 wannabe tough guy prats bullying a bunch of pacifist wimps too gutless to tell them to go fuck themselves. It's like a modern-day university student snowflake convention, while the Doctor and co run around pursued by the least menacing robots ever shown on screen anywhere ever. That scanty dress sexy little Zoe wears is nice, I'll give you that, but it's not enough to justify sitting through 5 episodes of this shit. Say it loud, And say it proud, the Dominators suck. Sadly, it's not a porn movie, it's a Doctor Who story, so that's nowhere near as exciting as it sounds.